where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's the chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make a bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you wisdom like the great Lena Holmes. Soul been torn, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and norm when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasting like hey ya.
All right. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket, Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to this thing that we call the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good? It's good to see y'all. All right. Andrew College is in the building. Dripmore is in the building. King Sipes is in the building. Wiz, what's good? Hinton Murphy is in the building. Okay. Kenny Payne, what's good? Man, good Friday morning to you all. Good Friday morning to you all. Good Friday morning to you all, man. Thank you for joining me on the Knicks Morning Drive. Corey Lee is in the building. Lee, what's happening, man? Lee, what's good, man? How you doing? What's good? Man, I was thinking about these Knicks this morning, man, and one of the things leading out of last night's show, the Knicks at Night podcast, that usually comes your way around 11 or 12 or 1, depending on a few factors. Maybe it's a game, maybe some, but generally around that time it's the late night show, right? But one thing leading out of last night's show was a few things. Brandon Ingram's playing really good. Is this going to be a measuring stick game tonight? How good are the Knicks really? And has the young core graduated? So we'll do it like one at a time. Let's do it one at a time. Let's talk about these topics one at a time, man. Right? Let me. I'll salute the chat. Wiz says my Knicks mantra all season: the sum of the parts are greater than the whole. Our top 10 are better than any big three plus their minions. Okay. A lot wise. What's good? J Boogie is in the building. Wanted to send a special shout out to my man Alawaz and some others. As y'all were extremely, and shout out to Kenny Payne and a few others, man, that were really patient with me as I made my way, as I crossed the desert of the OBS experiment. I'm thinking that we finally made it to the other side. So thank y'all for being patient with me as I tried to do it. I didn't have a teacher, so I had to learn a lot of this stuff on my own, or not on my own, because you never get anywhere in life by yourself. But it was a struggle, kind of getting from one place to the other with it. So thank y'all for being patient with me as we tried to improve the experience. Thank y'all as we made it from one step to another. So eventually we'll look to get even better. So thank y'all, man, for being patient with me. Building Blocks is in the building, right? Building Blocks in the building. I see you, boss. Thank y'all again for being patient with me as I kind of moved across, tried to make the product a better product. Still some things to work out, but at least, we started at the bottom. So we started at the bottom, and then, kind of made our way along and along. Right? So let's get started on topic number one. Are the New Orleans Pelicans a measuring stick game? Brandon Ingram is playing really well. Brandon Ingram is playing at one of those levels. You know how it is when a star player kind of gets into a pocket, and all of a sudden he's on the radar by every NBA team. Right? Basically establishing and reestablishing themselves. Right? So this Knicks skeleton crew, so to speak, will play against New Orleans tonight. I'm not for sure if RJ is playing, not for sure if Jalen Brunson is playing tonight. But even if it's just our skeleton crew from the other night, even if it's just our skeleton crew from the other night, do you still consider this a measuring stick game against a playoff team with a very hot player? If the Knicks lose tonight, will you be disappointed? If the Knicks lose tonight, will you be disappointed? I'm asking a fan. I'm asking you, the fan, if the Knicks lose tonight, will you be disappointed? And why? Right? And why? Why would you be disappointed? And I'll let you in on something. If, in my opinion, if the Knicks lose tonight, it'll be a disappointment, but for obvious and basic reasons. Not what you think. Jackal is in the building. And let me say this really quickly too. I got to continue to do the calls to action. Please consider smashing the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I gotta do that more often. consider joining the Blowers Tears family. Click on the join button on the Blowers Tears YouTube homepage. Select your options. We made it family friendly in there. I think it's like $2.99, $3.99, things like that. TC is in the building. Our brother, what's good? TC is like, yo, please, for my Wolves. Yeah, man. So hit the like button. Get those likes up, man. Support the family. You know, usually it's a bunch of y'all here. I'm asking to hit the like button so that we'll get noticed. So that YouTube will acknowledge that we're alive out here. AJ, if you live in the building, JJ, what's good, my man? Oh, the Pelicans, a measuring stick game. Brandon Ingram is balling. The Pelicans, they don't need to win. They think they need to win, but they have a lot of factors headed their way or in their favor. Teams behind them not really, chasing them down. JJ says we're all Mavs fans tonight. Right, yep. Right. What I'm going to say to the Pelicans game, a measuring stick game, yes and no. And I can hear people now, oh, there you go, playing both sides of the fence. Hey, man, well, everything is not cut and dried. Everything is not cut and dried. Everything that you catch in the wilderness is not going to be dinner. Some of it is going to be clothing. Some of it is going to be leather. Some of it is going to be tools. Every topic is not going to be, everything you catch in the wild is not going to be dinner. There you go, playing both sides of the fence. Nah, it's not that, man. Some things are what you call complicated. Right? So this game tonight against the Pelicans, a measuring stick game. And so the first part of answering that question should be a question to that question. Right? First of all, if it's a measuring stick game, who do we have to prove things to? What do the Knicks have to prove? The Knicks have clinched a playoff spot. The Pelicans aren't our rivals. They aren't in our conference. So who do we have something to prove to for it to be a measuring stick game? If the Pelicans are a measuring stick game, what do we have? What do we have to prove? Here's the thing, though. We don't have anything to prove to the Pelicans. We don't have anything to prove to the NBA. But when we look back on this season and we look back at the record, say, for instance, the way that we view 2021 is by how that season finished, right? When we look back at 2021, we don't look at a team that was a team below 500 at a certain stretch and then went, I think, 16-4 down the stretch, was scorching hot, ended the season basically, towards the end of the season, there was a 9-game winning streak. They got snapped in Phoenix, Arizona on a Friday night because our elite defense just got beat by a better, a more elite point guard that found Jay Crowder in the corner for 3 to end the third quarter and found Jay Crowder in the corner for 3 to start the fourth quarter. We don't remember stuff like that. We remember how the Knicks ended the season against the Atlanta Hawks. Now y'all with me, right? Now you with me. The 2021 season is remembered not for a team getting scorching hot down the stretch, winning 16 out of the last 20 games, beating all the upper echelon teams, or most of the upper echelon teams down the stretch, to jump from about 8 in the standings to the number 4 seed in a 20-game stretch. People don't remember that happening. They remember Julius Randle shooting 28% in the playoffs. And so while speaking to the things that people remember, we don't remember everything. We, for the most part, remember the last thing. Right? So are the Pelicans a measuring stick game? I'm going to say the Pelicans are a measuring stick game, not because they're the Pelicans, but because when Knicks fans look back on how this season ended, the first thing they'll do is look at the win-loss record. Knicks fans are going to look at the win-loss record. They're not going to look at did the team do blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. Because when I talk to a lot of y'all comments, and it's fair. And it's fair. I'm not dismissing how you guys feel. What I'm saying is if that is your feeling, if that's the way you operate, let's be consistent in the way that we operate. Let's look at everything from every direction. Let's look at everything from all sides and make our judgment based on things from all sides. I consider that to be reasonable. I think that's reasonable. Let's look at everything from all sides. Wacko was in the chat. What's good? AJ, what's good, man? Building Block says, I want us to win tonight. It will be great confidence building for our bench going into the playoffs. Bim. B-Baller for real is in the building. So if we remember seasons like Knicks tape, like the 4th seed season, a certain way, and that's the way that we do things around here, then I would say that winning these last 2 games of the season is important, not because of the teams that we're playing, but because of the way we remember seasons. So if this season wants to be remembered fondly, I think we got to kind of win these last 2 games, regardless if it's Brandon Ingram or not, regardless if it's the Indiana Pacers or not. Put up a 49-win season so that we can remember this team as a 49-win team. A lot of people in the Knicks universe didn't think this team was a 49-win team, to be honest with you. I was rocking with the Queen Bee, BK Steph, one night on the channel. We were just doing a joint venture, just a thing, just to put some content out there. And I mentioned to her that this might be a 50-win team, and if things broke right, no pun intended, that this team could be the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference. And we laughed. This team never, and this is before the season started, right? No, there's no way this team could be a second tier team in the Eastern Conference. There's no way. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? Like, yo, man, Uncle Freezy, you bugging. There's no way this team can win 50-plus games and be a second-seeded team in the East. Now, I'm not saying that I believe that. I was merely pointing out that if everything broke right, if we got the breaks that other teams were getting, if we were getting the breaks that other teams were getting, then this team could probably be the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference. Right? And so as I look at where the Knicks sit right now, where the Knicks sit today, and where the number 2 team in the Eastern Conference sit today, there is a difference of 8 games. There's a difference of 8 games. So I may have been way off with the whole, the team could be the second team in the Eastern Conference thing. Just a guess. If everything broke right, if R.J. Barrett broke out, if Quickly broke out, if Jalen Brunson was as good as we thought at the time, maybe this team could have been a second seed in the East. Surprise some teams. The R.J. breakout didn't come. There's no knock on R.J. Barrett. He's still rock steady. Could they have been the 3rd team in the Eastern Conference, though? Looking at the 3rd team in the 3rd team in the Eastern Conference is about 5 games away. So no, the Knicks probably win 5 games. That's a lot of things going right. Could the Knicks have been the 4th seed in the East? Could the Knicks have been the 4th best team in the Eastern Conference? Could the Knicks have been a 52-53 win team this season? I'm going to ask y'all, chat, do you think this Knicks team could have been a 52-53 game winner this season. JJ says, if RJ had taken the lead, we'd have been a 50-plus win team. B-Baller for Real says, we should be a 52-win team, but no one expected that at the beginning of the season. Worldwide L is in the building. Worldwide L, I see you out there with them bullies. Worldwide L out there with them bullies. I see you. I see Worldwide L out here with all these trophies and stuff and all these ribbons and people in the background with screw face. They mad. They looking at Worldwide L. He out there showboating, high stepping. Shout out for the love of the game, our peoples. Worldwide L was like, yo, don't tell nobody. Don't let the haters know that I'm out here high stepping. I see Worldwide L out there. Worldwide L out there with the Bulldogs, out there with their shoulders all rocked up. Mets is in the building. All Future Media is in the building, man. What's good, y'all? Jay Busby, what's good, man? Good morning, y'all. Jay Busby says at least 45 wins at the beginning of the season and thought 50 was not out of question. Yeah, hey, bro, there were some teams that said this team was there were some people that said this team is a 38-win team with Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson don't move the needle. Amani the Great is in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just want to ask y'all a creative question real quick. How do y'all like having y'all comments on the screen for the entire universe to see? Do you like that, or do you like having y'all comments off to the side so y'all can have y'all conversations be private? I remember saying, and listen, I'm not always right, and I don't pretend to be. That's whack. Like you ever been around somebody like, yo, I'm always right, and you was wrong. You said something incorrect, Uncle Freezy. And you like, yo, ain't nothing worse than being around somebody that think they a know-it-all. Anthony D is in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Ashley Inc. 1, respect to the OG that we call Wisdom, up early this morning. Respect to the OG that we call Wisdom. Y'all know him as Ashley Inc. 1 in the chat, but we named him Wisdom because he be dropping jewels all the time. That's what we called him. We called him that on Blowing Tears. That's his name to us. Real King in the building. Amani the Great is like, yo, this joint is awesome. Hey, thank you, bro. It's awesome because of y'all, not because of me. It's awesome because of y'all, man, not because of me, man. I don't know if I make it awesome. I know I do try to create the environment for y'all to be awesome. That has always been my goal. My goal from day one was to showcase Knicks fans. Like, this is a Knicks fans channel, and it's always to showcase y'all. That's why y'all see Knicks fans come in and out. Like, you know, like you see Knicks fans come and go on and off the channel. And I know sometimes people have questions about that, like, yo, how come people don't stay, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, it's a Knicks fan, it's a fan channel. It's not a broadcast channel. It's not a broadcast channel. So sometimes Knicks fans come, sometimes they go. Right? It's a fans channel. Pierre Moyes is in the building. My man. Still, the real AD says, make sure you tune in Sunday mornings for Old School Knicks. 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings. Start your week off on the right foot. And y'all see the mini movie playing. The mini movie letting y'all know Old School Knicks, Knicks Freestyle, the Knicks Morning Drive, the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all see it. Right next to where you can check out, where you can download the audio podcast. The audio podcast is on fire. I have no idea what I'm doing on the audio podcast. I'm fumbling my way through it, but people like it. I think they understand that I'm not a pro. I think everybody understands that I'm not a pro at it, but I'm trying. And I appreciate y'all for that too. Now, everything ain't going to be perfect. Everything ain't going to look aesthetically pleasing all the time, but what it will be is we will be committed to each other. AD says he got Davis over Garcia. Y'all better watch out, bro. Garcia can crack, bro. Y'all better watch out for dudes that can box. Tank Davis ain't no boxer. He a scrapper. He a fighter. He a fighter, but when he get in there with a boxer, bro, you better watch out. I know I said that one time. I put my whole check. Well, not my whole check. Let me step that back some. I put like $80 on this dude named Michael Spinks to beat Mike Tyson, and I messed around and ate potato chips the whole week next week. The whole week after that, I was eating potato chips for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. AD, I put like half my check on the Spinks dude to beat Mike Tyson, and I was eating potato chips for the whole week the following week. Yeah, I was eating potato chips with cheese on them, potato chips with hot sauce on them. Yo, I put potato chips between bread. Yo, the moral of the story is never go against Mike Tyson. Right. And that thing that they call a puncher's chance is real. Pudge Nice is in the building. Pudge Nice is in the building. Pudge Nice says 48 wins today. All right, so are the Pelicans a measuring stick game? I would say no. The only reason why I said the measuring stick game thing is what do we have to prove? Do you have anything to prove? To the Pelicans, no. To the NBA, no. The reason why this game is important is not because we need to prove something to somebody, but the game is important because we want to remember this team as a team that was almost a 50-win team. And Pudge Nice, I saw the Melo stuff. I just can't substantiate it yet. I don't have proof, right? I don't have any real like journalism like stuff that I can say. Like the Knicks hadn't introduced them or none of that stuff. At least not while I was searching for it this morning. Right? Let me move. I'm gonna move this topic out of the way, man, and show a different one. How about this? How about this? How good are the Knicks this season? How good are the Knicks this season, man? Yep. The Millionaires in the building was good. Was good. Good to see you. Y'all, hey, I'm tracking on IG, bro. Trust me, I'm tracking on IG. It's hilarious, bro. I love it. Matt Stay Flying in the building was good. Was good. Cover the Spread is in the building. Was good. Cover the Spread is in the building. How good are the Knicks this season? Okay. All right. So this man child is in the building. T. Williams, what's happening? Yo, somebody missing this morning. Otherwise, is somebody is missing this morning. I can't remember. I can't point out who it is. I got so much stuff going on up here. There's somebody missing this morning. I don't know if it's. I think it's maybe Eric Siriel is not here. There's somebody that's usually in the chat that's not here. I can't quite put my finger on who it is. One of us that's normally here is here. JJ is here. I think JJ is here. JJ is in the building. I think JJ is here. I hadn't seen Sherwin yet. I hadn't seen Paris Duggar yet. I hadn't seen. I know that if there's another show on, they might be hanging out at another show or so, or whatever. And, you know, no big deal. There's somebody is not here. I can't quite put my. Yeah, DSJ ain't. Yeah. T Smith is in the building. I hadn't seen Soul. Yeah, Soulfinger. I hadn't seen Soulfinger yet. I hadn't seen some other folks, but if there's another show rocking, you know how it is, man. Everybody, we try to catch all the Knicks content that we can. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them for that. Sometimes YouTube will have 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 or 20 Knicks content creators on at one time. So sometimes, you know, people will be hopping around. You know how it is. Tom from Huntington is in the building. What's good, boss man? Yo, and somebody asked me, or somebody said something to me in the comments one time, like, they were legit, yeah, and I'm going to get back to the topic. I'm going to get to how good are the Knicks this season, right? That's the topic that's on the table right now. Y'all know I like to do one topic at a time. I don't like doing all the bouncing around, even though I will stray a little bit but come back. But but somebody asked me one time, right? It was like the most petty thing you ever heard. They were like, yo, you up here sounding like you a radio DJ. Man, you out here shouting out all these people. Just talk Knicks. Just talk Knicks. And I was like, no, you can get the hell on, peace. Because I got a platform that's seen all around the world. I have a platform that's seen all around the world. So when the world is watching, I like shouting out Forbes Phil. I like shouting out Otherwise. I like saying JJ's name when the whole world is watching. It's because I can't really give you anything, so I shout you out so the whole world can know. That's the one thing I can give back. I can show y'all love. Malik Shabazz is in the building. I can show you, like, I can show y'all this love. Like, I can say Alawad's name and the whole entire universe can have access to it instead of him just typing in the chat and only the chat acknowledges him. And that's why I put y'all chat on the screen so when people click through, they can see y'all. That's the way I can show my love back to y'all. Right? Dude was like, you up here trying to sound like Funkmaster Flex. You should be up here just talking Knicks. And I was like, well, for one, I don't necessarily like Funkmaster Flex. I like being Uncle Freezy. But at the same time, I like showing love to my people. Who in the building was good? I see you. All Future Media. Yeah, hey. All Future Media, because I start the show with, yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's number one Chief Rock, Knicks University, main man, Uncle Free. Thank you for coming through the Knicks Morning Drive. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? You know, our little thing to get us cranked up in the morning, to get that energy up. And I think a certain group of people may not like that because they just want me to say, they want me to sound like Michael K. Well, I'm not Michael K. I'm sorry. I respect Michael K., but I'm not him. I'm Uncle Freezy. And Alawai says, that's why when I say your name, people people think you my real uncle. Bim, let's go. Let's go. I'm the street uncle. I'm your street uncle, right? I'm everybody's street uncle. I'm not everybody blood uncle. Los Knicks in the building was good. Respect. How good are the Knicks this season, though? How good are we? How good is this Knicks team? This Knicks team is very, 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 very good. This team is very, 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 very good. Right? This team is a lot better than what most people expected. In my mind, this team is just as good as, let me bring them up. Tom from Huntington, thank you for the generous contribution. Tom from Huntington says, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Great show. Not just content, but great substance daily. Salute. Let's go Knicks. Yeah, man. The substance part is the part that I would like for people to understand where I'm going with it. Hoodie Cav is in the building. Hoodie Cav says, why am I not an admin? Hoodie Cav, you crazy. Hoodie Cav wilding out. Hoodie Cav could have at least said good morning. Melvin just busting like, hey, why I ain't in charge? You're like, yo, why I ain't in charge? Well, I mean, come on. Good morning, baby boy. Shout out to Hoodie Cav, the person that don't know how to say good morning. Oh. Hoodie Cav is like Hoodie Cav busting in like he Cheddar Bob. Hoodie Cav, you ain't Cheddar Bob. You a real person, bro. Hoodie Cav, you know I love and respect you, bro. You ain't Cheddar Bob. Come on. And Hoodie Cav says, I earned it. Hey man, yeah. We'll have a talk about that, but you know I don't like talking about that stuff on the air. I like talking Knicks. I don't like talking like channel stuff. You know what I'm saying on the air. I like talking like channel stuff. I mean talking Knicks stuff when we live, and we could talk channel stuff outside of that. Y'all know how it is. How good are the Knicks this season, man? I would say this. I would say teams 3 through 5, Philly, Cleveland, and the Knicks are all just about in the same boat. All just about in the same boat. I think there are tiers to this, right? I think Milwaukee is kind of in a tier by themselves. Then Boston is in a tier by themselves, right? Then there's Philly, Cleveland, New York in a tier to themselves. And then Brooklyn and Miami are in a tier to themselves. And then Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago, or I'm sorry, not even Chicago. Atlanta and Toronto are in a tier together. And then the 10 seed, Chicago, Indiana, and Washington were in a tier, but Indiana and Washington fell off late. Oh, I do see a missed call from you, boss. My bad. My bad, honey. I was looking at the phone just now, and yeah, I do see a missed call up here, man. Matt, what's good? Matt says, I wish the Knicks had the opportunity to go against the Celtics if the Knicks get past round one. What I'm gonna say is how good are the Knicks this season? Basically, what I'm alluding to is the Knicks are very good. Oh, okay. All right. I think the Knicks are a very, very, very good team. And I don't think the Knicks were very good to start out the season. To say it mildly, I think the Knicks stumbled out of the blocks some. The Knicks were at one point 10-13, and if the Knicks had stumbled out of the blocks and were 13-10, I think we'd be having a totally different conversation. Thank you. If the Knicks stumbled out of the blocks 13-10 instead of 10-13, I think we're having a totally different conversation. And y'all do like Anthony D says, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, please. I don't say it enough. I think I went like a 2-month stretch without saying subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and all that thing. I think I went like 2 or 3 months without saying that, and that's not good. That's not good at all. I almost felt like I'm letting y'all down now that I don't do the calls to action. I got to do that. Not because I want to saturate or spam y'all to death, but sometimes it just don't be on people's mind to hit that like button. Sometimes it's just not on people's minds. This Knicks team, in my mind, is just as good as Philly and Cleveland. Does that mean we're as good as Boston? No. And hear me out on it. Do I think we're as good of a team as Boston and Philadelphia? Boston and Milwaukee? No. Do I think we can beat them in a playoff series? Absolutely. Party people in the place to be. What's good? Look who here with us. Our guy, J Boogie, the hip-hop legend himself, universe legend, a positive motivator, and absolutely a stand-up guy, super rock steady. J Boogie, what's good, bro? How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm beautifully blessed, man, as usual. Shout out to you in the chat. The most amazing, blessful, great, loyal, respectful people it is. Excuse me, that was a reminder alarm going off. And shout out to you, Freezy. Everything that you're doing, everything you provide, always, reaching out to strive to find another way to carry the situation even further instead of always staying put, you know what I'm saying? Being comfortable with one thing, that's the greatness about, you know what I'm saying, what you're doing, man. You're always reaching out, trying to reach higher heights, you know what I'm saying? That go to everybody. Don't allow yourself to be stuck when you get success, when you succeed in one thing. Reach out for other adventures. There are plenty other things for you to go and reach out and grab and bring closer to you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, beautiful Friday, man. As I spoke upon, man, I'm feeling great, man. Another day, another a day of life, health, strength, and everything. What's good with you, man? What you rocking with, man? I chatted first thing this morning when you came on, but I had to take care of a little business.
Yeah,
So,
man.
I'm just coming in, what you building on, my brother?
Hey, man, so first things first, let me start by saying, man, I slept late this morning, which was a good thing. That was a good thing, right? Because today is Good Friday, right? And I asked somebody, I was like, yo, why do they call it Good Friday? Why don't they call it Superb Friday or Miraculous Friday? And he was like, because good is enough. I was like, okay, you really can't top that. You know what I'm saying? Good is enough. Okay, I got you. Okay, all right. But today is Good Friday. A lot of business around here ain't really doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So slept late. You know what I'm saying? I played the joint this morning. I don't know if I told you this. But you have a joint that's like my favorite, so I listen to it as a joint. I don't listen to it, as part of business or to motivate me as a Knicks fan. It's a joint called All Eyes on Us. I don't know if I ever told you that, but I just listen to it. That's like my joint, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to that this morning as I do the show prep, as I update the topics. Y'all see the topics there on the screen. As I update all this stuff before I come on, I'm listening to like All Eyes on Us and all of that, man. And I'm like, yo, this here boy be having some. We got to show you some love or something. You know what I'm saying? Something. So, but yeah, man, just wanted to tell you that's how I got my day started. Listening to All Eyes on Us as I updated things on the computer and got the day going, man. That's like my joint.
Man, I appreciate it, man. That's a real good song, and I listen to about 3 songs every day. I try to make sure I keep them all way on cap in case I'm maneuvering in for performances with them.
Right.
So I always heard certain songs, but that song right there, you know what I'm saying? That's a good song. That song right there has done a lot of great things. It has us in a situation that I really can't speak upon right now, and I've been telling people, as I go along, that song got us in a situation that I can't speak along now until the situation occurs and it happens, and then I can bring forth everything to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to help J Boogie, you know what I'm saying, as far as, what I do with the music, you know what I'm saying, continue on listening to the music, man. When we get ready to have a game, listen to the music. When you ride to a game, listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want you to. I just want you to be in a good vibe, a good space about what we're doing as far as, this season. You know what I'm saying? Or what the squad is doing this season. They really provided us with a great basketball season for us to, always have great conversations. Even when we critiqued them, we always had great conversations, and we owe that all to, the New York Knicks ball players, the coaching staffs, and the officers, and with them doing what they doing, it allows us all, to enjoy and get together as this Knicks community family as we are. Like saying, everybody that's up under this New York Knicks umbrella, their last name is Chat. And everybody, whatever your first name it is, but all of us got Chat because that's what we are. We are a chat that sticks together, whether it's here on another show. Just, we're just so beautiful together. And we owe that to the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot more, especially when they're having a good season, the real ones are around when we not having a good season and going through rough and tough times. That's great too, because if you can stick together, you know what I'm saying, through tough times, you know how you're going to feel being around one another through the good times, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, this is a great, wonderful time for the New York Knicks and everybody, man. I just want everybody to enjoy the music as I bring them out. I got like 3 more songs, you know what I'm saying, that I'm getting ready to display. I got the 1973 coming. I got another song called No Games Off, and I got another song which is KCD. That's just gonna be a dance hall thing. I'm aiming towards the Nick dancers, and I really like that joint too. I'm stepping out of bounds to try to do something different, and I got something majorly already done, but I can't speak on that right now. But it's because of all the podcasters and the fans and in the chats that keeps me humble and me doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? To make sure I'll be able to bring you all something where you can enjoy and feel good about, you know what I'm saying, this orange and blue. And besides, it's history making hip hop. Don't disclude that. There's nobody else nowhere across the board. I don't care baseball, football, no other basketball. Nobody else nowhere around as far as going in the booth is dropping collectively hard banging material on a constant basis like we're doing. Yeah. Nobody. You might find somebody that might use a certain sports team with a hook or say a slick line about a certain sports player, but constantly bar after bar after bar after bar after bar after bar after bar, it's a Nick bar. Constantly. Punchlines be amazing. Metaphors be there.
Right.
The beats be banging.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And they all be tied together. That's the thing. I mean, and they all be tied together. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, storylines.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the 55-year-old man right now ain't no joke, man. Still, you know what I'm saying? Rakim said I ain't no joke. But back then in the 80s, when he said, I'm saying it right now in these years, I ain't no joke, man.
Boom.
I'll be 55, man, in 2 more weeks, man. Boom. 55, man. The Lord is blessing me, man. Yeah. I'm glad to share it all with you all.
That's why when they say Good Friday, they say good is enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And shout out to like J Boogie with the not just the music, because for me, like when I listen to the music, it's not just about the music, because the music be dope, right? But I'm listening to like every word. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I got you. So it's like you reaching out to me. Like when I listen, like I am hip hop, right? Y'all know that. I am hip hop. Every time there's a hip hop reference, I know exactly where that hip hop reference coming from, because I grew up in hip hop. I'm the same age as hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in it, right? Right. I grew up in a thing. I remember when a dude said, "A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God smiling on you, but he frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through." When he said that, I was like, yo, he talking to me.
That's a historical line, yo. That line right now today is just what you just quoted it. If you listen to what is being quoted, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You feel me?
Shout out to Melly Mel, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, and not just Melly Mel. Shout out to Melly Mel for one, but shout out to all the cats that do it and represent the city, because cats do it everywhere. But shout out to all the cats that do hip hop and they represent the Knicks, right? They represent the Knicks, right? You know what I'm saying? I heard Chuck D say this thing one time, and I was like, yo, he might have been sitting by me. Chuck D said one time, he said, "I'll throw that thing down your throat like Barkley." And when he said that, I was at the game that Barkley dunked on Bill Cartwright like 8 straight times. You know what I'm saying? I was at that game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, Chuck D talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to like all the legends, man. Yeah, because dudes are like J Boogie said, like a lot of dudes do lines, put lines in a song. Like I heard one time, a dude said, "I bought a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball." Right? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to dudes that put the Knicks in these things and stuff, and shout out to and shout out to all the hip hop legends that's committed to hip hop and to the Knicks at the same time. But J Boogie, let me ask you this, bro.
Yes, sir.
How good are the Knicks this season, bro?
They're really good. They're we have two teams, and those two teams you can put them in different scenarios to have one team on the floor. Right. We have starters, we have bench players, but we have two teams, and we are really good because we're not even supposed to be here where we at. You let everybody else say it. Right. The Vegas odds, the doubters.
Right.
The Knicks are not supposed to be here, so we're playing with house-free money. Right. This is house money. The thing is, Cleveland, Philly, Boston, Milwaukee, you have to make sure you are who they say you are. Right. You have to make sure of that. We are the team that nobody thought we were. And those are two different type basketball teams. I mentioned it the other day. There's nothing else Cleveland can throw at us. This is why I love us in 6 against them. There's nothing else that they can throw to us that had. There's nothing else that they can throw at us that could throw us off guard, because the way you came at us, it never worked all season. What you gonna do? Come out and put a quarterback on Jalen Brunson? Been there, done that, smashed that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what else can you bring to the table? Because we all know, even though they say Cleveland is a good defensive team, that's because of core, and that's because of the two bigs.
Right.
But we know for a fact, Donovan, he can't play no D. Check who? No. Darius Garland can't play no D. Check who? Right. So them other three guys make up their roster being a good defensive team as far as in the league this year. But not against us. There ain't been no good defensive team against us. So what else are you going to do what are you going to bring to the table to try to make yourself better on a defensive team against us? I don't see it. And I do see that our offense is pretty good right now, and it's getting more better because dudes is having more confidence in themselves.
Right.
They're not hesitant anymore. You know, that confidence eliminates being hesitant about your game.
Right.
Grimes has all the confidence in the world right now. And Lord knows, like when G Money stood up in that Jeep, you know what I'm saying, when they was riding, man, Lord, oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm talking about IQ.
Yeah.
Quickly,
yeah.
He already know, yo, bring me my trophy.
Bam.
Obi trying to let it be known, like, okay, I'm going to get over the hump. I'm out of my feelings, you know what I'm saying, about certain minutes I'm only playing. From here on out, when I get on that floor, I'm going back to the old Obi, the flying up and down, grabbing a lob. Then they threw him a lob that he was so high that the lob didn't reach it. He reached down to his head.
He had to go in his pocket and get it.
Yeah.
Obi like, well, if you ain't throwing it right, I got one down here I can use.
Yeah, I know my phone is in my pocket during the game, but, you know, let me reach that. Let me grab that. So it's just, right now, I love us on all cylinders right now, and you have to beat this Knicks team.
Right.
You have to beat them, especially when we're not beating ourselves. The small things.
Right.
Free throws, we got to get them back up.
We got to get free throws
IQ,
up.
IQ, come on, quick. You got to knock them down.
I mean,
You're one of the best ones in the league. You know, the best ones. For the last 2 years, you have been.
Right.
Fight with Steph Curry as far as who's a better free throw shooter.
Right.
Step them back up.
Right.
And, you know, in the playoffs is a lot different than regular season. Rebound the ball. Make sure we secure these ball and secure the basketball and provide them with lesser opportunities when they're really not a scoring team playing against a team that can score. If we have more shots than them every game, I'm looking for us to, you know, really like handle our business, man. I love the situation we're in, but we're a good team, and a little bit of luck for maybe Atlanta or maybe Miami. It has to be one of them two teams.
Right.
Not Chicago, one of them two teams. Possibility. Little luck, little prayer on our side.
Right.
Knock off Milwaukee. We knock off Cleveland.
Right.
Second round, we holding home court advantage. That for Eastern Conference is in our vision.
Right.
It's in our eyesight. So we're in a great position right now. Just New York, continue on playing your game and make sure you show up every night and don't beat yourselves. And we can everything else will take care of itself, man.
Man, yo, I am hip hop, right? While you was talking, right? When you mentioned, let me first start by saying when you said as long as we playing our game, I'm thinking like here's a song from back in the day. My uncle used to make me put this song on, and I don't know the real title of it, but it go like playing your game, baby. That's an old school song from like the 70s. I think that's a Barry White song, right?
Right.
But if you talking about Jalen Brunson, and my thing to Jalen Brunson, because think back to the press conference, right? And Jalen Brunson said a lot of stuff, but if we take Jalen Brunson at his word, Jalen Brunson, if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the camera's here and the lights are on and the microphones and all that stuff gonna be here, right? But the thing about all of that stuff is, even though the lights are gonna be bright in the city, the Knicks gonna support you if you are who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? The superstar, the fans gonna support, bro. We gonna lose our mind to support you, bro. We gonna be like them dudes behind William Wallace. You know what I'm saying? When William Wallace was giving that speech talking about they can take all this stuff, but they can't take our freedom. We're gonna be that crowd back in William. That's how we are, right?
Right.
But I'm gonna just say this real quick, and then we get back to the point. Paris Ducker, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Ducker says, if the same five from Indy win, I need Obi at the 3. Bam! Paris Duggar is in the building. Good morning, Paris Duggar. And good morning to some others that may have come in and things, and people that I may not have acknowledged, right? But J Boogie, like when you say that thing about Jalen Brunson, bro, when Jalen Brunson press conference, man, when he was saying that stuff, and I'm like, Jalen Brunson, if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, because the cameras here and the microphones and the lights and all this stuff gonna be bright in the city, right?
Right.
But if you go out there and just be yourself, you don't have to be extra. Just be yourself, bro. We gonna support to the end of the world, bro. That's just how we are as Knicks fans, man. It's just how we are as Knicks fans. I'm excited, man. I think we really, 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 really good. I think the only reason why we don't appear to be as good as the other teams is because we got outside of who we are. We tried all this fancy stuff at the beginning of the season. We tried to run up and down the floor, tried to shoot more threes than everybody, tried to be 11 deep, tried to do all these fancy lineups. And Tibbs was like December 4th. Tibbs was like, we ain't doing none of that fancy stuff no more. We just gonna go out here and be ourselves. December 4th. That's a day that Knicks fans need to remember about this season. 12/4, December 4th. Tibbs like, nope, we ain't doing no more. Listen, no more icing on the cake. No more sauce on the steak. Right? We're going to play the way that we play. From that day forward, the Knicks have been scorching hot, even with the losing streaks, right? And Knicks for life. Chuck Allen, Knicks for life. Salute to Knicks for life. He says salute to Uncle Freezy and at J Boogie. Salute to Knicks for life. That's our guy right there, man. Hope everything is well with you, bro.
Hey, real quick, Freezy. I'm laughing at what you said about Coach. Talking about we throwing all that other stuff out the way. Ain't no more icing on the cake. If it ain't no icing on the cake, guess what it is? It's a pound cake. Cake. We had to do. We had to pound you out. That's how I was laughing. I was like, yeah.
That's what we doing, bro. That's the way we got to do it. That's our formula, right? Pound cake. That's what you getting. That's what you getting. Okay, I got a story. I got a story. I got to tell you off the air. But basically, what it comes down to is I used to have a job. I used to work for the state I used to work in facilities, right? I ain't getting ready to get into all of that stuff, but a dude used to come in the kitchen in the morning, and he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I want to give something to everybody, man. We got all this stuff left over. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? What you talking about? He like, I just want to, you know what I'm saying? It's a holiday. Everybody's stuck here. I was like, don't get fancy, bro. Just keep it simple, bro. People appreciate that. And my man was like, yo, you know what? I ain't even think about that. Instead of trying to get people thing up, just give people a little bit so they can appreciate it, so everybody can just be the best version of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So when you said, I was like, yo, dang, man, me and J Boy, it's like I swear sometimes it's like I already know we have a symbiotic relationship, right? I already know it's like you and I are like doo-wop. Like when you say some stuff, I be feeling it back and forth. Yeah, I don't know. Did the chat know what doo-wop is? Did I go too far with that? They don't understand the back and forth like Run DMC.
Yeah.
Did I go too far?
You might have went too far.
Oh, God.
If you'd have said, you know what I'm saying, Styles P, Jadakiss, they might have caught on to it.
Okay.
You know
All right. See, okay, because I was okay. Yeah, because I was thinking drive a big Chevy, get his gas from Getty, but people don't even remember Getty no more. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Yeah, man. So J Boogie, yeah, man. When I think about how good the Knicks are this season, bro, what I really think about, man, what's really on my mind is if we didn't stumble out of the blocks, this team might be well above 50 wins, might be the third seed in the East. But at the same time, parts of the learning process, part of the learning process is learning who you are, so that you can be good down the stretch of a season. And I think that's where we at right now. I think we're a really good team down the stretch.
Yeah, you that's exactly right. You're gonna have to go through those stumbling blocks, but you know, early in the season there was a lot of learning blocks. You know what I'm saying? The growth blocks, learning and understanding one another, getting to know one another, being familiar with one another. You know what I'm saying? And all that had to play its part in the season. You know, and the thing is, they grew up fast in one season. They got it together in one season. You know what I'm saying? Within 80 games, they got it together. You know, and I wouldn't trade the beginning. I wouldn't trade the beginning of the season that has got us right here to where we are today for anything. So I'm glad they had a chance to go through things that they had to go through because, you know, I say, oh, that's not about what you go through, it's what you can get through. And the Knicks have gotten through, you know, through the toughest situations. They have answered all questions that we have thrown and asked of the Knicks. And here we are, you know, getting ready to go to Cleveland and start on our playoff journey this season. And that building that Cleveland plays in, it's not hostile. I think the Knicks are going to be real comfortable in there. Yeah. You know, some arenas you can go into and you be like, wow, they off the hinges in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you can go to Cleveland, and Cleveland is, they okay, you know what I'm saying? They okay with what they got going on. They don't even want mustard on their and relish on their hot dog.
No.
It's mayonnaise and cheese. They different over there.
Yeah, they different over there.
Ain't no slick, smart liquor up in there.
Yeah.
You can get real comfortable in there and play your game.
Right.
So I look for us to go ahead, and snatch one of these 2 first games,
right.
come back to the crib, 1-1, and take off from there,
right.
and do what we got to do.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful season.
And Cleveland,
man.
And Cleveland know that, bro. Cleveland, and no lie, I've been watching sports, man, forever, right? And of course, I ain't been watching sports forever, but everybody get what I'm saying. But I've been watching sports for a long time, bro. And I think this Cleveland team knows that if the Knicks take one of those games in Cleveland, they season over.
Yeah.
Right. All it takes, and Chad, all I'm saying is, and listen, I'm not overlooking the Pelicans tonight or the Pacers Sunday afternoon, right? But what I'm saying is, it's like when you book your trip, right? You ain't overlooking work because you still got to work until the trip comes. But what I'm saying is Cleveland know they got to take both these games in order for this series to go 7. Because they know if they split 1-1, Game 3 in Madison Square Garden, I get chills thinking about it, bro. Hey, Keith Turner, I get chills. Right now, I'm getting chills thinking about Game 3 in Madison Square Garden in the playoffs, our first home game in the playoffs. Oh, bro, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something, man. If the Knicks win 1 in Cleveland, right? Say they come back is 1-1, Game 3 at Madison Square Garden, bro. You gonna have to wear these in the Garden, bro, because you ain't gonna be able to hear nothing, right? You ain't gonna be able to hear, bro. And listen, I went to an Orlando Magic game in a regular season game. The game was tied up like 88. It's tied up 88, right? And all of a sudden, Knicks fans just took over the arena. It felt like a playoff game in February, right? And that's in Orlando, Florida, in February. I was at a Charlotte game. I think it was either this year or last year. One of them. I was sitting next to the OG Rob the Knick. He was talking my head off, but that's Rob the Knick. That's my guy. I love him, right? OG was just like, man, this team, all they need to do, Rob the Knick, he always giving you info. He always giving you intel. He be dropping gems, right? Grimes tips the ball. They throw it the other way. And the Knicks go down the other way and dunk and give the Knicks a 25-point lead. Bro, Charlotte Spectrum Center was trembling so bad that Charlotte Hornets fans was getting up from their seat walking out the door. That's Charlotte in like November or December. Right? So when the Knicks come back up 2-0 or split 1-1, and they play Game 3 at the Garden on a nationally televised game, bruh, I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you from personal experience. I've been at places where a little bit of Knicks fans will take over an entire arena, right? Now imagine you got all your Knicks fans in an arena, bro. Yeah, yo, cover the spread. Cover the spread is with me. Cover the spread was right there with me. You know what I'm saying? He was there. Cover the spread. Adam and a few other people, a few other Knicks fans was at that Orlando game where the Knicks took the lead and just took over the arena. And the Magic fans was so mad. They was chanting. They was trying to do their air horns. But we can, how How you mashing an air horn and the arena's so loud that you can't even hear the air horn. You can't even hear the air horn, bro. They mashing their air horn. They're like, why this thing don't work? It's because the Knicks fans have taken over. It's what we do.
You have never seen an out of town team come in and take over our building.
Never.
But I've seen numerous times where our travel teams go somewhere and take over their building. It was like that in Atlanta. I'm standing up in their chairs, and Wes and Scott Perry, they looking at me like, yeah, that's our guy. I'm standing up in the chair when Trey is shooting them bricks, and I'm giving him his own thing.
Right. Right. In his face.
And they mad. They like, yo, you so right. We can't even say that. Man, yo. Man, shout out to everybody that be traveling, going from place to place, representing your squad, who you like and who you love. Just shout out to everybody, man. Man, our traveling team, I don't think it's no other traveling team like nobody else. I don't care if we're in L.A.
Right.
Got a team that's going to travel.
Right.
You're going to see a couple of L.A. people here, but see the thing is that reason why them guys, when other people come to our building, the reason why they don't sound like nothing or look like nothing, because they don't do it like we do it. Right. When we go in a pack, and the pack that we go with, we all sitting together. So we might have in your whole building 25 packs of Knicks fans that's together. When we all roar together, it's coming from all over the building, but it's sounding like everything's together. You can't have one Laker fan right here, another Laker fan way up there, one across over there, and think you're going to sound like something in our building? No. You got to do it together like we do. You know what I'm saying? I probably shouldn't even be letting y'all know that. But when we coming in a pack, deep. Right. You know what I'm saying? We putting the lounge all over the building. Not just up in the lounge. We want a lounge everywhere.
Everywhere, bro.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I ain't going to lie to you, bro. Game three in the Garden is going to be electric. Like something that as a Knicks fan, and listen, I understand it's levels to it. I understand it's levels to like Knicks fandom. Like with me, we spend bread on the Knicks. We gonna go. We gonna go to DC. We gonna go to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go to Charlotte. We gonna go to Atlanta. We gonna go to Orlando. We gonna go to Miami. We gonna occasionally, like every other year, we'll go to every other year now. Now, I'm not saying I go to New Orleans every year. I'm not going to New Orleans this year, right? For a number of reasons. But about every other year or so, we'll go to New Orleans. We'll get in the road and ride out. And everywhere we go, Knicks fans, you'll be walking up. You'll pay some crazy money for parking, and you'll be walking up to the arena. And before you get there, you'll see like Knicks fans on the corner. They just out here chilling. They out here selling jerseys. They out here talking all loud. They ain't got no manners. You know what I'm saying? Knicks fans is out here. Yo, I think we may have been in somewhere. Anyway, we out here. Dudes is out here with the alternate Pat Ewing. They out here with the orange Pat Ewing jersey on. I like Pat Ewing ain't never wore orange jersey. They out here with that on. They out here ill-mannered. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the team sideways. I'm like, bro, you know you in a city, right? Hey, Knicks for life. Yo, man, yeah, man. Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm thinking, yo, Game 3 is gonna be crazy. I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited. J Boogie, before I move on to the next topic, man, how confident do you feel about the Knicks' chances against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round of the playoffs?
I already told you 6 games. It's over. It's riddled. It's a wrap. I ain't even gonna stick on it. You can go on to the next topic. I'm majorly confident because, like I said, you haven't done anything. You haven't. You know what else can you throw at us to make it work for y'all? We already know you coming with a Cora, sticking John Brunson, but you're gonna have Donovan sticking RJ. RJ's supposed to get to the rim at will on him. He cannot stand. He does not play no defense.
Right.
And the way Grimes is playing right now, Darius Garland can't stop that man from catching and shooting.
Right.
So what else are you going to do? You know,
right.
Even if when we start the series, I don't know. There's so many different ways that we can go because of the Cleveland lineup. We can go Mitch. We can go Mitch and Hartenstein, the matchup. We can go Mitch and Obi. You know what I'm saying? We can go Mitch and Sims. There's so many scenarios, which I wouldn't want to go Mitch and Sims, but just comparing them to they two bigs, you know, if you got Obi in there, you know, I mentioned it last night. If Obi is our stopper and you game planning to eliminate Obi from his leak out, you will want to post your bigs up and make sure Obi is in the paint so he don't be up top, because they don't have one of the guys he's going to be checking. Those guys are pretty much 10 foot and in. Them guys don't play outside the perimeter. They're little young Rasheed Wallaces before Rasheed got that Trey ball.
Right.
They up close, you know what I'm saying? So if you got Obi, you'll want to post him up to try to help stop and eliminate him leaking out. You know what I mean? So with that being said, then that plays into our favor, because if you want to post up Allen and give him the ball down low, I'm good with you giving him the ball and taking the ball out of your other two dudes that get buckets. You know what I mean? Take the ball out of their hands as much as you can, you know. But I just love our scenario all the way around. And then our bench game, oh, man, the bench game with Quickly, Hartenstein, with Josh, man, our bench game is, they lock and loaded, ready to go, man. They ready to go, man. So, yeah, I ain't overconfident. I'm just well confident, because Cleveland, you haven't showed us anything more different as far as stopping us. And great as your defense they saying you are, you have not done anything. And you don't have nothing else that you could bring to the table to show us that you're going to do anything. Us, we could trap we could trap Donovan up high, make him release the ball to the big guys setting the screen. Right. Beat me Mobley, beat me Jim Kelly, AK, Allen, beat me.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I'm confident, man. I'm not cocky, but I'm confident. Right. You know what I mean? So
our bench is ready to go. They ready to go right now. They ready to go right now. You know what I'm saying? They good. They showing you when they get a little bit of minutes, they can explode. When they get when you showcase them a little bit, they out here showing out.
They go crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you give them an inch, they take a yard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got everybody talking about they should have Jalen Spot, Julius Spot. Yeah, but them guys, man, you know, I'm big too. With Julius and Jalen, you're not gonna be able to do what them guys can do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Them guys can go off at any time and get their own buckets in their own way. Whether it's a clear out, get out my way, or they can get it in the system. They can get buckets at will. Other guys like they was doing the other day, they can't do that for a whole game, get a clear out, get buckets on their own. So they have to play like they play collectively, passing and cutting, moving without the ball and all that. Right. That's what they have to do, because our big two are not there. If they're not on the floor, that's how you have to win. Team ball. Right. You know what I'm saying? Playing in the format like the San Antonio Spurs, you know, team ball, passing the ball, cutting and moving back doors, you know, getting up and down the floor, you know, you have to do that. But honestly, they're not going to replace. We're going to have our big two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility if Julius, and you know what I'm saying, he doesn't. I think he's going to be back game 3. It's a possibility that if he's not ready to go, we can still beat them with what we got. But if we got Julius and Brunson and what everybody else is doing, oh man.
They remind me of this. I hate to say it like that. I'll say it like this, but this, it's the only way I can equate it. Is I equate this team to a hip hop group named Brand Nubian from back in the day, right?
Nubian,
like where they, as a group, they thrived when one guy where one of the two guys was out front, but then when you listen to the joint, you're like, man, the others, Derek X, that X ain't no joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lord Jamar ain't no joke.
He's 15 minutes away from here. We've been trying now. I'm going to let you know that. We've been trying. It's just timing ain't lined up. But me and Sadat X, we've been trying to make, you know what I'm saying, make something, put something together. Okay. He lives here, right here now. That is my guy, a very underrated legend in the game.
Yeah. That's one of my things, man, is when I meet cats like that, I just like, and I know it's gonna sound simple, but I just want, like, just buy a legend like that a cup of coffee and just pick his brain and just let him just talk about the game and the way things was. I don't want nothing from him. Like, I don't want him to feel like, oh, he just a rogue fan that just want. I don't want nothing from him. I just want to, like, he the type of dude that you just want to, like, buy him some lunch, like, buy him whatever he want and just let him just, you know what I'm saying, spit that game or whatever. You just go, just get what you want, man. Just tell me, you know what I'm saying, how this thing came about or whatever. And no cameras, no recording, no pictures, none of that. Just that one-on-one thing where, you know, the same with others, like other legends, like say a classic example, a Chuck D. I remember standing on my street, right, just standing on my street, just, you know what I'm saying, and we hear this song called "Rebel Without a Pause." It's blaring, like one of the street dudes had a Delta 88, right, coming down the block. He playing "Rebel Without a Pause," and I remember hearing it, and I'm like, what is that? I ain't never heard nothing like this before, because everything else was like, forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies. Everything else was like that, right? But then you hear "Rebel Without a Pause," you hear them horns. You hear them horns from way up the block. You hear that bass, you know what I'm saying, coming from way, way up the block. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what is that? And when he passed us, it's like, I guess it's like what's the word that Clyde used? It's like destiny. It's like, Clyde Frazier uses a word where it's like when everything comes together at the perfect time. Chat, y'all know what I'm talking about. Clyde Frazier uses a word. It's like when everything comes together at the perfect time. Clyde Frazier has a word for it, right?
And Clyde said some of the illest words. I need to have Clyde on the track with me. Stop playing.
Right. And so when the car comes right by us, we standing there, right? The car comes by us, and the dude on Kiss FM is like, yo, that's "Rebel Without a Pause" from Public Enemy. He's like, shout out to Chuck D and them on the island. So he give us all the info as the car riding by. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, oh, snap. We leave from right there, get on the bus. We leave from right there, go get on the bus. We go out to the mall. Man, we in Sam Goody. We looking so that we could buy us a Public Enemy tape. And so cats like Chuck D, they don't know stories like that. They rich, they famous, they don't know nothing about stuff like that, right? But my experience with them is like that stuff like that. Them dudes, they don't care nothing about Uncle Freezy or the fans or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? They rich, famous, they got all their stuff, they set for life. But for me, the part of the reason why I do stuff like this is because of them experiences. So that's why when we was talking about that I gotta say that to everybody in the chat. So it's like when people are like, "Yo, Uncle Freezy be starting the show. He be trying to start. He talking about he the #1 Chief Rock in Knicks universe. Throw your hands in the air and all that stuff. Blah blah blah." It's not because I feel like I'm the guy. It's an homage to hip hop. It's what it is. It's just it's simply what it is. Hey, J Boogie, I ain't mean to get off on a tangent, bro, but I do feel like I have to kind of homage the culture because to be honest with you, I don't think nobody else is gonna do it.
Right.
You know, so a lot of people take stuff from the culture, nobody gives stuff back. I feel like that's my thing of giving back to the culture. But listen, is this young core graduating, bro? Is this young core stepping into a world, or is this young core like stepping out of the shadow that they were in and stepping into like this world of, hey, everybody, we here?
Oh yeah, they got their gowns and their caps already. They're already going across the stage, man. It's them guys. Them guys can't wait to get on the floor to either turn up another level. You know what I'm saying, for the guys that's in front of them. And I can just imagine when they do practice. You know what I'm saying? What it's like inside their practices. I can just imagine them guys pushing them guys to the limit.
To the limit, bro.
I mean, pushing them to the limit and talking to them. Man, y'all old. Boy, y'all can't get up and down this floor. You know what I'm saying? Until, you know, they probably slow it and get into a half court game and start bully beating them up. You know what I mean? Look, you know how you got to beat little brother up sometimes, let him know how to stay in place.
Like Nas and AZ.
Yeah. But, man, them guys, the whole team has arrived, man. The whole team has arrived. And I just wish that people would stop saying, this is what they could do if people wasn't here and all that. Stop that. Because if our bigs didn't do what they was doing, we wouldn't be right here where we at. So, I mean, I know Julius does a couple of things we all don't like, but me personally, everything that he's did this season, I don't even see them small things.
Right.
I don't even see them. Whether you like it or not, that's our 2-time All-Star.
Right.
And the phases are in the NBA: All-Star, Superstar, Megastar. Right. If that dude goes and becomes a 3-time All-Star with the New York Knicks, no matter how you like it, that's the label of the NBA saying that he's a mega star.
Bam.
You know what I'm saying? It's 3 times.
Bam.
You know, a lot of people can't go into those certain, party clubs that's mentioned, like in the NBA, like when the big guys had them ring parties. Right. Charles Barkley got to get snuck in the back door. You ain't got no ring, you don't belong in here. You know what I mean? When the All-Star players be having them All-Star events and stuff, if you ain't even All-Star, you can't get in here.
Bam.
So, you have to be grateful and thankful of, Juju doing what he's doing. But the whole team is successful, man. Everybody's successful. The office and the coaching staff, they're on the same page. Finally, you can see it. They're understanding, they're going with what Tom is saying. I need my style type player. If he's not my style player, he's not going to play. And don't bring nobody else over here. It's a big difference from going to get Cam and last year and going to get Josh this year.
Right.
Last year, I was just trying something. It didn't work. And I told y'all, don't bring them type guys. This year, they learned from last year and they went and brought somebody over here that was his type guy.
Right.
So, and we might need to start giving.
They tried it. It didn't work. They tried something else.
Yeah.
The crime would have been they tried something and didn't work. They would have just kept trying it, and
doing the same. Yeah, doing the same. It don't work.
And it don't work.
Why not? If he's the coach, let me go get his guy.
Right.
As soon as he got his guy, what's the first thing he said? Oh, you might see him playing at the 1, 2, 3, 4. If possible, I can put him at the 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just showing that they're on the same page and it's working out. And you just got to appreciate love it, man. I love it, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, at Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, we are next level, or why we are next level is IQ, Grimes, and Heart to Heart, BIM. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Oh, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, JR's only weakness is playing slower because he's tired. That's his only weakness. And you know what? Jalen Brunson said something in the introductory press conference, and I think that we get so much information that we get sensory overload sometimes because we don't remember things from the beginning of the year because we get so much info because we live in an information era. But I'll just say it as simple as this. Jalen Brunson, if you are who you say you are, a superstar, have no fear. Because listen, all the cameras here and all these microphones, the garden be lit, all these shows, all this stuff, bro, all you got to do is just be who you say you are, right? No, you don't have to do nothing extra. You got help. Quickly's a baller, right? Randall's a baller. You ain't got to do nothing extra. Just do the little things, bro, and Knicks fans will appreciate you forever. You are already in the conversation. You're already in the conversation, right? The Brew Crew is in the building. IKBM Dre is in the building. The hip-hop legend called Mega is in the building. Soulfinger was good. Jarvis LaFleur is in the building. Shout out to my guys from the boot. You already know what it is. J Boogie, I'm a wrap up right here, man. But first
sounds great, man.
First thing I want to do though, and first thing I want to do is this. I want to, because by the time we speak again, I think the season will probably be over, right? It's a Friday. It's not because we don't kick it. I'm just talking about on the air. Next time we kick it on the air, the season will probably be over, right? Let me ask you what you expect to be the talking point when we reconvene on Monday morning. Y'all see how I ask those hard questions? I'm good at that. That's why they call me the number one Chief Rock in Knicks universe.
We'd probably be shouting out the ones that called, you know what I'm saying, these wins out. That's one thing. We should probably be talking about the ones who predicted us with less than 38. I don't heard 38, 37, 35, 40, wins. Probably be talking about them guys. And maybe by then something would have leaked out as far as, Julius's health. And getting ready to go. And probably, who should start, if Julius is not there.
Right.
It's so many things that we could talk about Monday. But, that's not for me. That's for the great content players like you and all the other podcasters all the way across the board.
Right.
All your great content guys. Matter of fact, I've been saying it as I've been going along, man. I just want to say to you, thank you for the great job that you have done all season long. You know what I'm saying? Bringing your great content and always staying, you know what I'm saying, in rhythm, and giving us something to either listen to or watch or join.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just want to thank you. I've been, been on podcasts and I've been thinking I got to make sure I thank you. And the ones that be in your fan base chats, even if you heard it in another chat with me saying this, shout out to all our beautiful people in the chats for the great season that you all been involved with, as far as being in the chats on a constant basis. Big as we are, we all go from, excuse me, I had a call coming. We all go from, on show to show. We see one another, we know one another and everything, but, I'm just, the ones that's in your chat, even though we see some of them in other chats, shout out to you all for the great, season that you all provided, you know, under the glass, you know,
Right.
because y'all the ones that make, you know, the shows continue on. So when people be
Right.
saying, yo, please hit that like button. That is a major support for all the channels.
Yeah.
Hitting the like button. You know, some people don't ask, you know, they know people not asking you for the, you know, to purchase the super chat anything, but that like button, it helps, you know what I'm saying, constantly being able to get together and talk that talk and, you know, speak upon them, that squad that we all like to, that we all love and support. And shout out to all the, yo, great. I still, I'm gonna say this again. Shout out to PD Paris Duggar. That's been my, you know what I'm saying, chat and chat person of the year.
Yeah.
And still in all, I must rephrase it to everybody. We must get something to that guy because he's always super chatting, giving his input, his voice,
Right.
his time, you know what I'm saying, his energy all day long, you know, outside of his professional career throughout all the Nick Planet podcasts.
Right.
So
Right.
we need to find a way where we can make sure he has something from every podcaster. So I'm getting ready to start making sure I promote that again about everybody.
Right.
You know, make sure you get his info sent up to it. And we know parents gonna be like, no, I don't need nothing. I just do. No, we're not saying you don't need nothing, my brother, but
Right.
you are a big part of the support up under the window. Matter of fact, you're more like, you know what I'm saying, the World Wide West of the chat game.
Bam.
The chat game for real, my
Bam.
brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Salute to Paris Duggar. And there's some others too, but Paris Duggar, yeah, for sure. And there are some others that have joined the channels and you know what I'm saying, they do that monthly commitment and you know what I'm saying, they support in other ways. Shout out to Paris Duggar, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? J Boogie, I think Monday morning when we wake up Monday morning and go about to go move towards the postseason, I think the conversation is gonna be that Julius Randle might be healthy for game one. I think that might be the conversation because at that point it would be 2 weeks. And they said reevaluate in 2 weeks. And that might be that, or if he misses the first 2 games, Julius Randle might have like one of those moments where he walks out of the tunnel in game 3 and it's unexpected. Yep. So
They're coming out of the tunnel like Lincoln Tunnel, Hollins Tunnel, Willis Reed. That's Willis Reed Tunnel. Huh?
Oh wow, I wasn't gonna go that far, but
huh? Yeah, Willis Reed got a tunnel in New York too, now. Huh? Nah, yeah, man. Big guy need to come on up out of there. Maybe we need to start, you know what I'm saying, promoting. He on his way back. You know, mess with Cleveland. Give them another way to not figure out what we got going on over here.
Right.
Play with their heads. This is time to play the, you know what I'm saying, the coaching game, the mind game. It's that time.
Right.
It's that time, man.
Right. Well, all right, everybody. Thank y'all for coming through and rocking with us. Salute to everybody in the chat that came through and helped the show be successful. Thank y'all, man. Shout out to the hip-hop legend, the Knicks Universe legend, J Boogie, for coming through and spending some time with us. I'm going to wrap up here. We'll see y'all later.